high school ball stage?
Well, just taking a chance on myself. Having Coach Johnson, the development off the field, helping me get to what my goals and aspirations is here. And I'm super blessed.
It seems surreal that you're here right now.
Yes, sir. I've been playing football since I was 4 years old, and just having a chance to compete against my peers has been a blessing for me, and I'm just happy to be here.
Kayden, when you think back on these last few years at Ohio State, just what are your favorite memories? What do you feel like you take away from that most?
I'd say my favorite memory is winning the national championship with my peers. And I would say just really going in every day, working, having Coach Patricia, Coach Johnson, Coach Day, believing in me. And I'd say that for real.
What are the best things those coaches did for you to help prepare you for this level?
Just like, Ohio State is a standard. Every day being a pro, training like a pro, film study like a pro, and just every day being the best you could be and being held accountable. That's why I say it helped me at Ohio State.
Kayden, going back to North Gwinnett, you overlapped with Jordan Hancock at Ohio State. You also went to the same high school as him. Have you had any conversations with him about this process?
Yeah, I talked to Jordan. I've been knowing him since we were kids, and he just told me to put my best foot forward.
How would it be to continue to play together in the NFL?
Like I said, I try to control what I can't control, and that's for the team to decide if they want me to play with Jordan.
Kayden, have you met with the Cowboys at all, formally, informally?
No, sir.
Kayden,
your thoughts on nose tackles coming back into vogue in the NFL as maybe first round? Did you realize that there was nose tackles were out of vogue until kind of recently?
I would think that there's a high need for a nose tackle, but like I said, I try to control what I can't control, and that's up for the team to decide if they need a nose tackle.
Well, they usually decide for a first round or whether he can rush the pass on third down. He can stay on the field.
On early downs, I can stop the run, and on third downs, I can push the pocket. I'm a complete player.
Kayden, you played with Tyleik Williams at Ohio State. What was it like having him as a teammate?
First of all, just off the field, having a guy you can talk to, a guy that holds you accountable and holds his own teammates accountable, and is coming to work every day and just really just taking advantage of the opportunity being at Ohio State.
How much does it help you going into this process, but you got to see guys like Tyleik, Ty, Jack, JT go through it last year?
Just like I'm at ease right now, just knowing that I'm not the only one that been in this podium and had the opportunity to be at the combine, so just really just taking it in and just being thankful for the opportunity.
How long have you envisioned this for yourself, being up here on this stage?
Since I was a young kid, and I've been playing football since I was 4, and this is what I want to do, and I'm just so happy to be here.
Kayden McDonald, a Georgia kid. A funny story about him, and maybe just the bond of brotherhood you guys have.
Just like being young, playing like elementary school, we went to school together, and just every day at recess, playing at one-on-ones every day and just going at it. So just knowing that a guy that loves football, two guys that love football, now we're here just on the same stage, it's a blessing.
When did you become a little bit faster than he is? Past elementary school a little bit?
I say, Caleb, that's my guy. He's a skill position, I'm a D tackle, but I can keep up with him if I have to.
Did Cam or Connor Hayward give you any advice about this?
Oh yeah, for sure. We have a great relationship. Their family, my family, and the Steelers. It's a great opportunity. I had a formal interview with them, and I felt really good about it.
Who would you like to learn under Cam? He's got another year left on his contract. If he got drafted there, what would that be like?
Learning from Cam, he's one of the best players to do it, and he's still playing. Having him around, like Connor Hayward, just that brotherhood. I'll click right in with him.
How did that relationship start?
I'll say my brother, they went to PC Rich together, so they grew up and played football together, and really my mom and his mom just clicked, and their whole family is just one big circle. We all helpful to each other, and we all grew up in the same area.
You knew Connor first.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Kayden, have you met with the Bears yet?
Yes, sir.
You're one of the best run defending defensive linemen in the class. How do you become that kind of dominant force up front?
I'll say my preparation. I believe I'm the best defensive tackle in this draft class. I really pride myself on being consistent, competitive, holding my teammates accountable, and I put it all together, working on my diet and just staying consistent, really, just doing what I got to do.
Kayden, how did Coach Patricia help you this year with the Buckeyes against this?
I would say just believing in me. When things didn't go certainly, just staying positive, always having a smile on my face, and just being calm and being myself. That's one thing he really wanted me to provide myself.
Have you met with the Texans?
Yes, I have.
Formal, informal?
Formal.
Kayden, where did the idea for the eye black start?
So, it was a blackout game. We played Penn State, and, I wanted to try something different. I love football so much, and I just wanted to be different. And I feel like that prepared me. Each game I got better and better, so I'm not going to stop doing that.
What do you think makes you the best defensive tackle in this draft?
My consistency over every game. I've raised my level of play every game. In the biggest games, I played my best. And I'll say my preparation, no one's going to prepare more than me. My work ethic speaks for itself, and you can go ask my coaches to turn on the film.
What do you
Kayden, have you met with the Buccaneers at all?
I met with the Buccaneers.
You know if that was formal or informal?
Formal.
Formal? Any big takeaways from that meeting?
Just talking to the D-line coach, learning the playbook, and just really talking to the staff.
How cool would it be to work with Vita Vea and Kalijah Kancey, two big guys?
Oh, that's awesome. I trained with Vita Vea one time, and seeing how he worked and want to be an impact immediately for the Buccaneers. That'd be a blessing.
Have you met with the Bills, Kayden? You know the Bills?
I met with the Bills.
Going back to the Jordan Hancock thing, do you have memories together? Because you guys went to high school together. Any memories going back that far?
Yeah, we have. I'll say when we were in middle school, we won a AAU basketball tournament with each other, and he lived a block away from me, so he could walk to my house. And his family, I love his family. We just got a really tight bond, and I got a lot of respect for him and his family.
Aside from work ethic and consistency, when it comes to what's required out of nose tackle, what are your biggest strengths?
I'll say my power, having violent hands. I'm that guy, I'm strong in the middle. My high school coach said being a war daddy, being that guy in the middle, just stopping everything, being disruptive on all downs.
That's a hard job to do, though. Why do you love to be that nature?
This is what like I said, I've been playing this game since I was 4 years old, and this is what I want to do. And I want to surround myself around good people and just do good things for my team and just win Super Bowls.
Did you grow up a Falcon fan? It was great.
I did grow up a Falcons fan. And I used to have the face paint on this one side, this side, I was always at the games.
It was great, Jared, one of those guys, the same position kind of a thing that you kind of model yourself after?
Yes, sir. I'll say I model my game around physical D tackles that are strong in the middle. I really don't have a specific player, just guys that know how to penetrate, be game changers.
You mentioned you can control what you can control, but 30 birds are on the clock. Hard to skip the beat a little bit?
That would be awesome, But like I said, I try to control what I can control, and that's up for the team to decide.
You mentioned you talked with the Bears. How did that meeting go? What were some of the biggest things they were challenging you on?
They wanted to know, just to trust me. They see my development, and they're just trying to critique me. Just making sure that I'm ready. My number's called.
What do you mean exactly when to try to trust you?
Just with their pick. Seeing a lot of things and just knowing that doing what I can control and being me.
When you're in the run game, what are the main keys you're looking at to try to get that edge before the snap?
I'll say looking at the personnel down the distance, and I'm that type of guy. I welcome double teams, I command double teams, and I'm going to free up the linebackers. And whoever team decides to give me, that's what you're going to get.
Who are some of the?
You're still only 20 years old. What's going to get your grown man strength, and what's that going to mean?
Excuse me, what'd you say?
Your grown man strength. You heard that?
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Other older players.
Yeah.
How long is that going to take you to get, and what's that going to mean?
I'll say just working every day. Learning from the veteran guys. Working on myself every day and just following the process.
There's a lot of trash talk between who's got the best high school ball in the state, Texas, Georgia, Florida. Who's the best and why?
I'll say Georgia. We got the most guys. I think we produce the most talent. And I feel like the Georgia class, we could be the most consistent.
What's it like being a teammate of Sunnyside? What is his presence like on the field and off the field?
I'll say him being the green dot, the leader of the defense. I try to make him right when he's wrong, and just I have full respect for him, and I got a lot of respect for him, for real.
Last year here at the Combine, there were 4 starters from Ohio State here. We asked them who would be here next year. A lot of them said you. Who might be next from Ohio State that you might be talking to a year or 2 years down the road?
I say Kenyatta Jackson and Edric Houston.
What do they do well?
Just their motor. They play hard. They play all 4 quarters. They run to the ball, like Coach Johnson says. You got to play 4 quarters. And just developing that mindset of can't be blocked. You figure that out. Sky's the limit.
Kayden,